Well, greetings everybody, and happy Friday night. This is Lazerbolt, your flight lead tonight. We are doing Friday night flights out of the Aleutian Islands. We are back in my favorite aircraft, the C-130 Hercules. You can see I am in the Captain Sims C-130H, and our buddy Wingnut Bob is back there in the Blackbird Simulations C-130J. That thing is called the Dirty 30. And it is quite a beast. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that one. It's quite complicated, but it's one of my favorites. But tonight I'm going to stick to the Captain Sim C-130H, and that'll get us there. We are en route tonight to Japan. It's quite a trip from here, taking off out of the Aleutian Islands in Alaska. But we won't make it there all in one trip. We're going to break this trip into two flights. So for the next 2 weeks, we're going to be flying very high altitude, high speed, and long distance. Tonight we should make it to the island just north of Japan, and then next week we'll finish off the flight and we'll do it that way. Anyway, welcome to Friday nights. Go down there and hit that like button and grab yourself a drink and a snack. We're going to be taking off in about 3 minutes. Longhorn, I was just asking about you. It's good to see you, buddy.
Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday. You're a little on the quiet side, but it's probably because you don't have your headset on.
That's correct.
There we
Got to
go.
load in with the headset on.
Oh, okay. I see you spawning in over there. It looks good. I can see everybody just fine. We've got Matu down there and that A400. A400 is quite a beast. That's a default aircraft that is quite similar to the C-130 in a lot of ways. It's a little bit bigger, but it still has very good short runway performance. You should be doing pretty good with us hanging out. Just fine. So we had a couple of our major pilots missing last week. You guys were on vacation and stuff. Longhorn was on the coast checking out the ocean, and Wingnut was checking out some family. How did your vacation go, Bob? I've been meaning to ask you. How'd that go?
Well, vacation went great. Just coming back, that hurts. Found out I had to lay some flooring, so not a spot in my body that doesn't hurt, including my thumb, where I smashed it with a hammer.
Oh no! Well, as soon as you get back from vacation, you get put right to work, huh?
Oh yeah, I have to take a vacation to have a break, I guess.
And that's how it works. Oh, it's good.
Yeah,
It sounds like you had a
don't
good
be-
time.
Oh, definitely.
Longhorn, how about you? I saw the pictures of your camping spot, and it looked beautiful. And you got some cute dogs too. Hopefully you had a good old time.
It was fun. It was a blast. Didn't want to come home.
I hear you.
That's a good camping trip right there. I see we got our buddy James Holmes from Great Britain popping in. He was the first one in the chat. He says hello and good night. Over there in England, it's pretty early in the morning for him. So yeah, he usually just has time to say hello. Well, hey James, hopefully you'll have a good time watching the replay later. Tonight we are going to be climbing all the way up to 20,000 feet. That's a little bit higher than we usually go, by about 15,000 feet. So be prepared for that. We're climbing up 20,000. Make sure, I got to check this myself, make sure you have plenty of fuel in those tanks. Looks like I'm going to be doing just fine. Mine are...
I better go on the EFB and do that now then.
Yeah, you don't need full tanks or nothing like that. This bird is, it's got huge tanks as it is, and it'll get you a long distance. I didn't have to actually do anything. By default, I had plenty.
It should have started with a half a tank anyways though, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, some of them look like they're more than a half a tank, but I think what it does is it gives you half of your total fuel. And in the C-130, a couple of the tanks are empty. So that makes the rest of the tanks almost full, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll just load it up. Yeah, it said the quick fill showed it was on 50%, so I just hit it at 100.
Yeah, I was just checking out my gauges, and it's the same thing. I think it's it takes into account that it has external drop tanks, but we don't have them installed. But it still takes that into account on the calculations for how much fuel to give you. Anyway, guys, in 1 minute we're going to be taking off, so let's do that. 1 minute. We're flying out of here. Make sure I got everything all set in my flight plan. Yeah, like I said, we're going to be maintaining 20,000 feet and trying to maintain around 250 knots, maybe 260, but more like 250, and that'll get us there just fine. Got Matthew bring that giant bird down here. I like that thing. That's one of those airplanes to where I like seeing other people fly it more than I like to fly it myself. It's a nice looking airplane, and I really like almost everything about it. But yeah, the couple of times that I spent a few minutes in it, it was rough. It was it's not the easiest bird to fly. You really gotta be careful on that thing. Well, it's huge. It flies like it's huge.
It flies like an airliner, a lot like a weird Airbus airliner.
Yeah.
If you want to fly it manually, then it behaves really weird.
Yeah, you were saying before that it's one of those that it reacts much better than if you just use the electronics on board. It kind of flies itself better than you can fly it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure is a big old beast. Look at that thing. From the looks of it, you would think that that these two aircraft are very similar, and they are. They have some similar capabilities and speed and altitude ranges and all that kind of stuff.
So long, are you seeing my airplane as a C-130? Laser said he could.
Not sure yet. Still looking around for lights. I see you as, yeah, you look like a 130, I guess.
Yeah, I see him in the short version of the Dirty 30 Coast Guard orange stripe version.
I can't tell because I'm right behind him.
But one thing I did notice about Longhorn, about Wingnuts airplane, is he's got a really bright light on top of his tail. And when he took off earlier and he was just doing a looper on the airport, he was like 8 miles away, and I could still see that bright light. So I won't have any trouble finding him. That bright light will follow him around. Anyway, guys, it is 12 past the hour, so that's time for us to get going. Let's go ahead and get these birds in the air. Like I said, 20,000 feet. We're going to follow the pink line. We're going to make our way to Japan at 250 knots. Lazerbolt's rolling. Yeah, it's so good to be back in this Hercules, man. I could fly this every week. The problem is it's kind of fast, so you can breeze right through an area in a big hurry. It's much more to our benefit to go something slower a lot of times. Like when we're checking out Japan, we're going to switch to something slower so we can actually check out Japan, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought you were going to have us fly from where the heck wherever we're at in, where were we at? Norway or?
Right, well, we were just kind of to the east of Norway. We were in Russia. We're going to end up in Russia tonight too. Not too awful far from where we were last time, but it would have added a whole nother, at least 2 legs of flying around just Russia. And that's not very fun. There's nothing there. You know? So yeah, we just kind of hopped over to the Aleutian Islands, and this is going to get us a pretty nice trip.
I see what you mean about Wingnuts light.
Yeah, right. You know, the thing is, it's like when you're close to him, that light looks perfect. And then as his airplane gets smaller, that light stays the same. So eventually all you see is this giant glowing ball of light. It's a neat effect.
He's got two. He's got one on the bottom, one on top. And I'm wondering, there's a switch on the panel that's supposed to be able to go from steady to off to flash. You can't get it on flash. So I wonder if that switch would work to flash, if that's the light that's on right now.
Maybe, I do not know.
I can't get it to go all the
latching
way up.
onto that pink line here, hopefully. Right on, and we are on course. Like I said, climbing to 20,000 feet. I've got the sun coming up just behind us here to the east, and we're heading to the west. An interesting thing will be happening here. We are flying so high and so fast that we're basically going to stay in front of the sun. We will actually probably barely see the sunrise. By the time we get there, the sun may be risen, but we're kind of staying in front of it, so it's a neat little effect. Laser is climbing through 5,000 for 20,000. Yep, the best I could do with the flight plans is roughly break it into, like I said, it's at least a 4-hour flight, maybe a 5-hour flight to get all the way to Japan. We wouldn't be able to do that in one setting. So we're going to go roughly halfway there. It was the only airport I had to land at. There's not much there, go figure, not much there in Russia. Like they got one airport and the rest of them are just junk. But yeah, that will make it so next week we can finish the flight and end up in the very northern tip of Japan. Next week's flight will actually be slightly longer than this week, but that's not too bad. I think we can maybe even add a 5,000 feet of altitude or even 10,000 feet and get there even quicker. Let me know if you're having trouble maintaining 250 knots indicated once we get up to altitude. 20,000 feet is not too outrageous, but sometimes it affects your indicated speed by that much. We usually go about 280, but today we'll be hanging around 250 indicated, but we'll still have a fantastic ground speed. We'll be covering tons of ground, just not much air. Got our buddy Captain Hopper hopping in here, leaving us little airplane symbols. That's cool. Well, 3 airplane symbols right back to you, buddy. It's good to see you, man. Beautiful early morning colors here. Yeah, Bob, in that Dirty 30 that you're flying, I still haven't been able to figure out how to exactly use the autopilot functions perfectly. I still can't get it to follow the pink line. I can get it to do a heading hold, altitude hold, and stuff like that. I can even get it to do a auto throttle, but I could never get it to follow the pink line. I'm just missing something in there somewhere. Did you ever get that figured out?
You know, I haven't really messed with it to try to figure it out. I was working with loading flares and shooting flares and using the stupid stuff, I guess. There you go.
Yeah, I'm going to need
yeah,
at least
another
couple hours of monkeying with it. Like I said, I spent a couple hours already this past week having a good old time playing it around. But yeah, before I fly it on stream, I definitely need to figure out a couple more things.
Yeah, me too. I was playing with like I said, the flares and auto throttle and heading hold and stuff like that. But no, I haven't got all the navigation stuff figured out yet. Oh shucks, I'm about to run over you here. I got to back up.
Actually, it looks really nice. I love that bird. Man, you were wondering if you could keep up. Actually, yours is probably a little bit faster. They're always like they underestimate what the airplane actually does. I mean, like it says, the cruising speed in that thing is 250 knots, but we all know it will go way faster than that. But that's probably the normal, regular cruising speed of it, not flying the way we fly.
Right.
Just getting above them clouds, it's looking nice.
Just coming in on 15.
Yep, coming up 15,000. The one thing this bird doesn't have the ability to do is it can't tell me my ground speed. But I bet you we're going to hit a pretty decent ground speed when it's all done said.
Mine's giving me a 250 ground speed. That's on the HUD.
It is pretty good. I'm only going about 210 knots, so that's a good improvement. Well, we got got about 540 miles to go. Passing 18,000. Ready to hold at 20,000. Yeah, it's funny, Wingnut. I don't see that giant light anymore on your tail. Maybe it's because you're behind me now instead of in front of me. Like I've got the sun behind you, and that might be canceling it out.
Could be.
Yeah, it's still up there.
One more 1,000 to go. Get down here and make sure I can see everything real good.
That's funny. Yesterday when I was flying this thing around, enjoying it, I had an operations officer in the seat behind me, and he's not there tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Probably didn't like the way you were flying, dropping bombs and stuff.
Well, I was just shooting flares. I think he missed a flight.
You slept in. All right, we're holding 20,000. Gonna try to bump this bird up to 250 knots. It's like, it feels like it's struggling to get to 250, but then once it gets there, it struggles to stay at 250. It wants to keep going faster and faster and faster, you know what I mean? 220 and gaining.
My aircraft might be a little bit slower than yours because I loaded it up with fuel.
Oh, that is true. It still should be able to hit 250 pretty easy. Like I said, it might seem like it's struggling to get there, but we're just going to keep going faster and faster and faster until you pull that throttle back, you know. 245. Holding 250 at 20,000.
Well, I had my rate of climb set to 20,000, but it blew right past it somehow. So I have to get back down to, I went to 22.
All right.
So that's not working exactly right.
Well, the only reason mine worked is because I was keeping an eye on it. I don't even have the ability to tell it to go to 20,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful sight way up here above the clouds. Got the sun just coming up. Everything's kind of peach colored. I love it. Hard to believe, but we're already halfway through Halloween season here, halfway through October.
Yep.
Time goes by crazy fast. crept up to almost 270 or 260. Bringing her back down. Everybody maintaining 250 easily enough?
Yeah, I'm at 280 right now, trying to catch up to you.
Same here.
We had another pilot with us earlier. I wasn't sure if he was flying with us or not. A guy called Collected Tick. The only reason I thought he might be flying with us is that I know I've heard that name before. I know I have. I'm in a number of different communities, so it could have been anywhere, but I know I've seen Collected Tick before. Don't know if we've talked, but I know I've seen that name tag.
Sounds familiar, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he took off, I don't know, about 10 minutes before we did. We're lucky we'll meet him on the way. He was heading the right direction.
The sky looks eerie up here. If you look up behind us, you can see the sun coming up, but in front is like dark still. So it's like this really weird line.
Yeah, it's got kind of a gloom to it going on, just the colors in front of us there.
Yeah.
Well, we got a ways to go, but when we do get to our destination, count on landing runway 34 left. I'll look up the details here. It's a pretty big runway. There's probably an ILS. That'd be nice. Yeah, last week I had a weird thing going on to where I couldn't see people's airplanes. I had like the same thing you had happening, Matu, where I could see people's name tags but no airplanes. And no
I
matter
have
what
the
I did,
same thing.
yeah, it didn't
I have
change.
that going on again.
Do you have that today, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I monkeyed with all kinds of stuff. Nothing seemed to work, so I just said screw it. Yesterday I fired up the sim, and everything's good again. I didn't change anything that I know of. Everything's right back to good again. Today everything's fine. But last week, all I could see was name tags. I tried doing that thing that you said to do, that fixed it for you last time. It was like, yeah, you had the AI turned off or something like that. And,
But I didn't even see the name tags last time.
Oh, you couldn't even see name tags. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe it was a level of detail type thing where it just wasn't loading in my airplanes. Everything looked great right now.
Did you try going in like during the week, going to like a busy airport and see if there's other multiplayers in there?
Yeah, that's what I did when I was making the flight plan, just out of curiosity. I thought, I'm going to go to San Fran Airport and sit there and see if I see other people. And then name tags popped up, and I would taxi all the way over there to see if I could see them. And I could, and everything was fine.
Okay.
It fixed itself, you know. As I said, that's what I claimed would happen. It's probably just going to fix itself. It broke itself. It can fix itself. And it did. I don't know what it was, but... So, Matu, you're saying right now you don't even see name tags, huh?
Right now I'm anyways too far away. And the other thing I might be is I don't have any of the C-130, so that could be a model matching problem as well.
I do see you. At the moment it's only your name tag, because like you said, you are pretty far away. I see your name tag, and I saw you just fine at the airport in correct airplane even.
No, I just saw empty spots where you guys were.
So which one are you flying in, Laser?
I'm in the old Captain Sim C-130H, the unupdated one, the 2020 version, not the one that's updated for 2025 or 24, because we had problems when it updated, so we just don't do that no more.
Yeah, I thought that's the one I was supposed to be in, because I know when you're in like the J version, then everybody looks like a bus without wings.
I think you're in.
And
You must be in the C-130 2020 edition. I can see you just fine. You don't look like a bust to me. You look great.
okay, yeah, because you guys both look fine, but Wingnuts says he's in the J version, but he looks like a 130.
No, it's because he's in the Blackbird simulations, Jay. He's in the Dirty 30.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Okay.
since you have that, you can see him also.
Gotcha.
That does answer a question, because I was wondering if he would look like a bus in that Dirty 30 or not. But no, I see him just fine. As a matter of fact, I see him. Apparently, he's not flying the Coast Guard version, but I see him in the short Coast Guard version, which is perfect. That's actually the version he's flying with a different paint job. But I don't have that paint job, so I'm happy that it gave me this one instead. A simple thing as a different paint job used to really screw with the system. I mean, it would show you some random ass thing just because it had a different paint job. At least now it's still a C-130, and it's the proper C-130 even. The C-130J short. Looking real nice. Like I said, I don't have that big tail light going on so much anymore either.
I'm behind you. Yeah.
Yep, I'm looking at you right now. That looks sharp.
I don't think I've got the whole flight plan in here because I've only got 2 airports, the one we took off from and the one we're landing.
That's right.
Oh, okay. We're not having a stop in between?
No, but we stop in the ocean.
Okay.
Maybe if there's a
I should've
submarine
got the
out there
float. I
waiting
should've
for
brought
us,
the-
I don't know.
We
I
could
did
have
see
flown.
I did see back in the day they had a C-130J just like the one, the Coast Guard version, just like the one Bob's flying, but it had floats on it, so that was cool. This one don't have floats.
We could have flown the Grumman, what is it, the GH11 or something. Then we could make a stop in the middle.
Right. But that's not a C-130 at all.
No, but it's also a beautiful airplane to fly.
Yeah, that's one that I meant to spend a little more time in. I loaded it in one time, and I think it was only just so I could get the model in there, right? Is that a
The
default?
Albatross. Yeah, the
Oh,
Albatross.
the Albatross. Yeah,
And it's really
giant
good.
goose.
Like the, yeah, what's the developer called?
It's a bit too slow though. This would be like a 5-night journey.
It's also true.
Yeah, like I said, tonight we're going to get to that island just to the north of Japan. It is a Russian-controlled place. But next week is actually going to be like an extra 100 miles. It's next week is the bigger chunk. So I think from looking at the speeds we're going right now, I think we can easily maintain 260 on next week's flight. Maybe even go a little bit higher and get there quicker. I still think we can do it in 2.5 hours, which is just about right. Tonight should take us just barely 2 hours. Man, I do like that Dirty 30. Look at that thing. And you do have those external drop tanks. They look nice.
Yep. I can go share screen if you want to see inside here.
Sure, sure. So I've seen the inside, obviously, but for the people watching, they're going to want to see that. That is a fancy, fancy C-130. I really like that. It still has a lot of the old-fashionedness to it, but it's got the fancy flight computer and all the electronics. It's pretty nice. Yeah, let me check this out. Yeah, look at that. It even has that drop-down HUD. Pretty nice. It is very electronic in there. Got a lot of that stuff to still figure out. Well, it's the flight computer, basically. It's just, there's a lot to it. And the problem I'm having is the same as like with a lot of things. I'm looking for things that I know what I'm looking for, but they're not necessarily called what I think they're called. You know what I mean? It's like I'm looking for how to make the autopilot follow the GPS line, and there's stuff in there called like the ATC SV, you know, and the VRTTY, he's like, man, I don't know what the hell is all this shit, you know? You just have to experiment with it and see what it does, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of switches you have to select just to get the flares to work in the chaff.
Oh, there's a lot of
That's
switches you have
why.
to select just to get it to go straight.
True.
It is quite a beast, and it likes to complain if you're doing something wrong. It'll let you know. It'll let you know if you're doing any little thing incorrectly. It's not going to like that. Like I said, I needed another couple hours behind the seat on this thing before I actually fly it on stream. But I can see that one of these days, this is going to be my favorite airplane. I love it. Look at that seat. It's got the fuzzy cover on it and everything. The fuzzy seat cover. That's awesome. Oh, look at that. You got your radar technician and everything supposed to be sitting back there. Is that where the guy was sitting the last time you said?
Yeah, you're sitting right there. Just,
Yeah, that's cool.
I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
know
know
what
why it's not there
happened.
now.
Missed the flight. Don't make sense.
Well, that is a cool looking
Hell, like
interior. I
Pronghorn
love
said,
your
I must
fuzzy.
care.
Your fuzzy seat covers are awesome, dude. That's great.
Got a working microwave back here too.
Oh, really? Nice. Well, I mean, suppose if you really wanted to cook something, you could hold it in front of the radar dish. Wow, look at that. Pretty cool. Oh, you got a little door that goes into the back? Neat. So what are we cooking?
Really? Oh, got the doors locked.
Oh, right, you don't want that thing flying open. Have your frozen burrito all over the place. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. That just shows you the level of detail they put into this airplane. But even the microwave works. Very cool. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I think I got enough fuel to go there. Looks like number 1 and 2, 3 and 4 are pretty full.
Oh, and this thing, we can go 3 times as far as we're going to go with the size of tanks this thing has. I keep wanting to creep up on 260. Going back down to 250. Yeah, I got the sun right on the horizon and it's not moving. Yep, the interior on mine is nowhere near as cool as the interior on yours. But at least I understand everything here.
Oh, can you see if the flares, can you see the flares when I shoot flares, or is it just the The only one in the. Am I the only one that can see that?
Go ahead and shoot him.
Flares away.
Nope, it looks like you're the only one that can see him. But what that means is if I was flying the C-130 from Blackbird Simulations and I shot my flares off, I would see my airplane doing it, and I would also see your airplane doing it.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
You may have to be in the 30-30.
Right. Well, it's a lot like, you know, like if you open your door, you will see everybody else open their door. Stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
So I got a nice little message from Travis, said that he's sorry he can't join us tonight, but he's on the west coast of Florida. So he's probably having a good old time.
It's too bad you can't see him because it gives it that kind of that angel wings effect.
Yeah, I love that. That looks so cool.
That's one thing. Go back to my shared screen, and I'll shoot them from the outside view, and then you can see what it looks like.
Yeah, yeah. Let me check that out. That's one thing. I copy and pasted the instructions to do that into my into a little notepad, so I can try that next time I fly. Oh, yeah, cool. Wow, that's very cool. I like the smoke trails on there and everything. Yeah, got the angel wings happening. That's pretty cool. That'll keep the Ruskies from shooting you down, huh?
Oh boy, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, if somebody else was in the Dirty 30, you would probably see them shooting them off as well. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
I think
Thanks,
so.
man. Right on. Our buddy Coast says he's going to be here in about 10 minutes. So good deal. The whole gang here.
Good. Coming almost right up under you.
Don't jump out of your airplane. I got 2 name tags for you.
Well, I've already seen yours jump out once. It's up there jumping. It's kind of waffling up there now like he's ready to jump again.
Don't do it. You had a long-time member of the community join us last week. We had Razor join us. That was a lot of fun. He joined us in a F-16. Like I said last week, I couldn't see anybody except just their name tags. So I'm imagining he looked pretty cool. It's always fun seeing a fighter jet hanging out. A fighter jet would have been perfect tonight to have somebody escorting us to Russia. These C-130s look great with an escort.
Oh yeah, it sure would have.
Yeah, if anything, it's nice to see you in that Dirty 30 just for a different paint job. You know what I mean? Give us a little variety in the airplanes. I'm also happy that that complicated Dirty 30, having somebody else fly it near me, doesn't screw up my frame rates. You know what I mean? I've seen that happen before, where you get too many of the same aircraft going on, and sometimes it's just too much.
Yeah, I'm not having any issues. I see you and Longhorn
Yeah.
just fine, and I see Mattu's tag back there, but oh no, I see your airplane now, Mattu. I see
Yeah,
it
now that
coming.
he's closer, I can see him in that 440. Looking good. All right, I think I found that sweet spot. We're holding 250. Now that I'm really close to you, I can get a good look at that light that's on top of your tail.
I'm
don't think I
having to
have
hold
that light.
245.
Say again?
I got a ground. I'm holding 245. I had to back off, and the ground speed is 332.
Ooh, that's a good ground speed right there. We are only 400 miles out, so that should get us there in a hurry.
Yeah, I can still not see you guys.
No name
Whatever.
tags or anything?
The name tags I can see, just not your models.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to me last week. No models, just name tags, no matter how close I got. Everybody else could see me, just like we can see you. And I tried a number of things, and nothing did anything. And then, except time, I fired it up about 3 days later, and everything was fine. Like it didn't do anything. Well, I just saw your guy jump out of the airplane one night. There he goes.
I don't see his parachute.
No, I didn't even see the guy. I just saw that extra name tag just go zipping off into the distance. He's not losing any altitude though, so maybe he's got wings. Yeah, we used to do these long distance flights all the time, and actually for a couple years straight, every single week was like a 2.5 hour flight in the air. Just one leg like we're doing tonight. But what we used to do is we used to watch movies when we were in the air. We used to Twitch movies for everybody to watch. Probably not 100% legal, but actually I think it was because it was a private stream back then. I wasn't monetized, and I was just sharing the stream with the people I'm flying with. I think it's okay as long as you don't advertise it, you don't make any money doing it, and it's private. You know what I mean? You can't even advertise that you're doing it. And if it's private, it doesn't even show up on people's random ass streams, you know what I mean, on their homepage. So it won't show up for anybody to see except us. And I think that's why they allow you to do it. There was no problem at all. We did that for years. Matter of fact, coming up probably in about 2 weeks, does anybody know what day Halloween falls on? What day of the week?
Friday.
Falls on a Friday. How perfect. How absolutely perfect. Our Friday flight will be one of these long distance flights. We're going to be flying from Switzerland in the Alps. We're going to be flying from the Swiss Alps all the way to Transylvania, which is in modern day Romania. And while we do that, we're going to watch a movie. I'm going to find something that's, I don't know, Halloween related, something silly, Halloween movie on YouTube TV or YouTube movies. They got a whole bunch of free movies you can watch. And I'm going to find something on there that would be appropriate for us to watch on Halloween. And as we're flying, we can all just kind of sync our videos up together and watch a movie together. Should be a good time.
Anybody else getting ice crystals build up on their windshield besides me?
No, I'm not even
Nope.
sure that I have that modeled in the Captain Sim version. Well, you better find that heater button in a hurry.
Oh, yeah, you ain't kidding.
You flying through clouds? Because I'm not flying through any clouds.
I think just if you're above them, that can do it too. Just your altitude.
Yeah,
Plus, it's super cold out
Yeah,
there.
I only seem to get it if I fly through clouds.
I don't think I've ever seen it in the C-130. I've seen it in other airplanes. Actually, well, this one won't do it because it's a 2020 version. But even 2024 airplanes, I have seen it happen. Coast is decided to join us. Good to see you, Coast. How are you, buddy?
I guess you can hear me. I hope
Yeah.
so.
Yep, loud and clear. Happy Friday, pal.
Happy Friday to you. Just haven't gotten myself to fix my machine yet, even though, as Windows says, Windows 10 is now going to become defunct this month.
Right on. Well, you got a Windows 11 machine, don't you?
Yep, got a Windows 11.
Yep. And it's not going defunct. It's not going to stop working. That's absolutely not what's going to happen to it. It's just if you have a problem with it, they don't want to hear about it. Don't call them. They don't care.
No support.
Yeah, they're going to stop supporting it. Whatever. I've never needed their support anyway. Although the only real risk would be if there's like some kind of a major security risk, they might not patch it. Sometimes they do though, even though they supposedly don't support it anymore. If it's a big enough security risk, they kind of have to, you know.
Well, some people rely on the antivirus from Microsoft, so that's going to go away.
Yeah, for Windows 10 for sure. Yeah, that probably, you know, most people won't even notice a difference, to be honest. I remember I did the same thing with Windows 7. I stayed with Windows 7 for freaking ever. When they stopped supporting it, I still used it for years.
A lot of people are nervous about it that don't know what the story is.
Well, it's the same thing every time, you know. People are like, oh my god, my computer's going to stop working. No, it ain't. It ain't. It's going to work just like it does now. I do understand that there's a lot of people in industry and things like that to where like certain licenses will expire. So they're all going to have to move from Windows 10 to Windows 11, and that's going to cost a lot of money for a lot of corporations.
Just so you know, I advise a local, government entity here, and they're looking into what that's going to mean for getting all their users up to Windows 11.
Yeah, it's not going to be cheap. There's a lot of schools going through the same thing right now.
And dual-factor authentication is going to become the norm, if it's not already the norm.
Yeah. So, Mattu, you're doing a pretty good job flying in formation with us for not being able to see us. You're right there. You're right here with us. That's awesome.
Surprisingly.
Yeah. That airplane does look nice. I like that big T-shaped tail it has. Just makes it look tough.
Yeah, I think it's a really nice airplane, also to fly.
So, Coast, I do not know what happened to my Lions and your Bills this week, but what the hell? What in the world? I really did not expect you guys to lose that game. It was just, I didn't expect
Neither did I. They look like they're on vacation while they're playing.
Yeah. Yeah, and that hotshot quarterback of yours just made some simple mistakes, you know.
Well, you remember, he just got married.
That is true. He's got his mind elsewhere. But that's unfortunately, that's kind of been the Bills' tradition. They really play good, and they got a great team. They've been great for a number of years now, and just can't quite make that hump, you know what I mean?
Well, they have, nobody talks about it that much, but they have serious deficiencies on the defense and serious deficiencies on offense that Josh Allen overcomes. But when he's not playing, those deficiencies kill him.
Right. That's a lot of the same issues we have with Matthew Stafford. It's like Matthew Stafford would get out there on the field and he would break records every game. Every game, he would look like the man. He was just an absolute machine, and we couldn't win. You know, we just didn't have the full team around him, no matter how good he played, you know. On the other hand, my Lions got beat by Kansas City this week. That was super disappointing. But they are Kansas City. They are a good team. I mean, hell, they're, you know, predicted to go to the Super Bowl again. So, I don't know, they're a pretty good team. We got beat by a good team, but I feel like we should have had them. That's the thing that bothers me. We should have had them. We beat ourselves. They're a very good team, and they beat us. But we beat ourselves. We made just a couple too many mistakes. We didn't play like our normal, well-oiled machine. And granted, they helped disrupt that. You know what I'm saying? That was part of the deal. You know, Kansas City's a good team, and they disrupted what we had going on. But I still think we could have got them. Just a couple things went differently. You know what I mean?
Well, one thing about pro football is, generally speaking, when you move toward the middle of the season, they're dinged up, but they're playing, you know, or they're hurting, or they're whatever. It seems to distract a number of, you know what I'm saying? It's when your body's not feeling quite as good as it used to when it started the season. And then you start, you know.
My Lions are banged up for sure. Yeah, especially our defense.
Then you start sort of hit a little bit differently, and you know, that sort of thing.
Well, that kind of happens the opposite too. That's a little bit what happened with Kansas City. They started out slow, and they're getting beat by everybody. They're getting beat by bad teams. You know, they're just getting beat by everybody, and all of a sudden they're hitting their stride now. You know what I mean? They're starting to play good. Everybody's feeling good. They're getting the chemistry back. Everybody's playing like we know they can play, because we've seen how good Kansas City can be in the last couple of years with all their Super Bowl trophies and all that. And it took them 5 games to get with it. You know what I mean? It took them 5 games to get with the program, but all of a sudden they're looking good again, and that's just what we need. You know, Kansas City looking good again.
Well, Buffalo has a bye this week, so I hope they get better.
Yes.
Forget about the thing.
My Lions have a bye next week, and I'm very much looking forward to that. We can use it. We have a lot of dinged up players on defense. Let alone having dinged up players on defense, we actually have one of our best defensive players suspended right now. I don't know if you guys saw the end of that football game, but there was a big brawl at the end of it, and it was started by our buddy Branch, our defensive cornerback Branch. He's one of our good, especially with everybody hurt, we really need him. And I feel like he's lucky he only got suspended 1 game. It could have been many more than that. So he's going to be suspended for this week, which is, we're playing one of the number 1 teams in the NFL, which is Tampa Bay. And that pains me to say. I hate to say Tampa Bay is really good, but Tampa Bay is really good right now. They are on fire. And that's who we got to host at home this week. Once again, I think we got it. We're one of those teams that other teams don't want to play us, man. We got it going on, you know, and I'm sure they're taking this game very serious, and they're going to be on their A game. So we're going to also have to take it very serious because they're good.
You know, when I look at how big some of these guys on football are, and when these brawls start, it's usually not the St. Bernards that start the fight. It's usually either the Chihuahuas or the Poodles.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and Brian Branch ain't particularly the big guy, but the dude he was fighting with, Juju Smith-Schuster, he's not a big guy either. You know what? And the weirdest thing is listening to all the commentary on this, and of course there are a lot of people saying, oh, it was an absolutely horrendous act. You know, Juju Smith-Schuster comes up to shake Brian Branch's hand, and Brian Branch smacks him in the face. I mean, just knocks him right down. The game's over, you know what I mean? The game's over, everybody's in the middle of the field, goes up to shake his hand, and Branch just freaking smacks him in the face. Well, most of the commentary has been, well, not all of it, but a lot of the commentary has been, oh, it was a deplorable thing and how horrible. But there is a shocking number of people I have seen online, current players and former players, saying it's about time somebody knocked Juju Smith-Schuster on his ass. He's the dirtiest player in the NFL. He's an absolute rotten bastard. He's the dirtiest son of a gun that anyone's ever played against, and I loved seeing him getting smacked in the face. I've heard that 10 times. I've heard that from 10 different people saying, it's about time. It is about time somebody smacked him in the face. And, well, you know, sometimes that's somebody needs a good smack in the face, you know. That's worth a 1-game suspension.
Yeah, well, the other thing is that I figure those guys get smart after a while playing so many football games. The least amount of hitting you can do, the better off you are, frankly.
Yeah, well, they showed some clips to what Juju Smith-Schuster was doing. A lot of stuff like blocking him in the back, you know, kind of letting the guy go by you and then wipe you out as soon as your head's turned, that kind of stuff. And it's like, you're not supposed to be able to do that, but that's what this guy does all day long. Just the cheap shots, the cheap, you know, like I said, as soon as your head's turned, he's going to knock it off your shoulders. And like I said, there was a lot of people that like to see him get smacked because he's a dirty player.
Well, you guys are playing this week. Who are you playing?
We got Tampa Bay. Yeah, we got Tampa Bay coming to Detroit.
Ooh,
so like I said,
that's
Tampa
going
Bay
to be
is
a tough game.
It's going to be a very tough game. Tampa Bay is, I've seen a lot of the power rankings. They're putting Tampa Bay at number 1. They're on a very hot streak right now. They're smoking hot. We're going to have to play our A game against them, that's for sure.
Your defense is going to have to be up to it on this one.
Tell you what, it's like basically our backup defense is going to have to be up on it. We're going to have some. There's going to be some names we've never seen play, and they're going to have to really step it up. I tell you that. I've got a lot of confidence in them now because we had a lot of the same situation last year. Our defense was banged up, including our main guy there. What's his name? I want to say Hawk. What's our guy? Our big defensive player, Hackinson. He was injured for almost half the season when he broke his leg, and our entire defense was injured last year, and we still kept it together because we got a lot of depth. Everybody wants to make the coach proud, and everybody wants to make a starting position on the team. So even our backups play their ass off. And then after that, we got a bye week, which kind of looking forward to. We need it.
Well, we're coming up on the weekend where everybody sits in front of their TV sets for about 17 hours every day.
That's me. But we can only do that 17 weeks out of the year. Such a short
Isn't that something?
season.
Isn't
It's such a short season.
Isn't that something? You get, what is it? How many, 6 games, home games and 6 away games? Is that the name of it? It's like 12 or
yeah,
6.
it's an uneven number of games, though. That way you don't end up with the ties at the end of the year. So I'm not sure where you get the advantage. You know what I mean? You got an extra home game or an extra away game.
Yeah. Is there like 6 and 7 and 1 bye or something like that?
It used to be an even number of games, and then they added one just a couple of years ago.
Well, there's money to be made. You know that.
Oh yeah, there is.
It's not like baseball. I haven't even seen what the baseball game World Series is coming on soon too. So I got to see how that's going to.
Well, it's like I didn't really watch my Tigers all year. I know that they did really good. They had a great season. They were on top all year. They were on top, and then towards the very last month of the season, they kind of slid a little bit. Still made the playoffs though. I watched at least 2 of the playoff games. Both of the games I watched, we won. And then we ended up losing, and we're not even in it anymore. I should have kept watching it. But it's just like, you know, I don't know the baseball schedule. You know, I know they're on almost every day, but it's just, if I happen to catch it, it's by accident, really.
Well, the Dodgers are running away in the National, but the American seems to be up between the Blue Jays and some. Blue Jays, by the way, are when I watch them, I can see my own weather right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They're just a little bit north of you. We're at
And
295 miles.
we're the farm team for the Blue Jays too.
Oh, really?
So I can see
Yes.
some of the young prospects when I go to the games here.
I don't even really know who to root for on that. I kind of my dog's out of the race, so I don't care who wins now. Baseball is definitely one of them sports to where I like baseball, but I like my Tigers way more than I like baseball. You know what I mean? I can't just pop on a baseball game and sit there and enjoy it. It's nothing to me. I can pop on a Tigers game and enjoy it all day long. You know, the football's different. I love football. I love my Lions more than I love football, but I can still just pop on any football game and be entertained. I love football. I can watch anybody play.
A little different. I like baseball because I played it forever.
Well, the thing I like about baseball is if you're in the mood for a baseball game, it's always on. There's always a game on every day.
The problem I'm having is that now that I know as much as I do about how to play the game, I'm too old to play the game.
Right, now that you know what you're doing. Isn't that life? Now that I know what I'm doing.
Absolutely. That seems to be the operative mantra of living.
We're roughly halfway, gentlemen.
So I'm gonna have to go out and get some candy for the kids coming around this year. I haven't done that yet. I'm scared.
Yep. Well, you got another 2 weeks, roughly.
Yeah, but you should see how fast that stuff sells out.
I just bought myself a big old bag of Kinder Bueno today. I love those things. I usually buy the whole candy bar, but at the store I saw a big old bag of Kinder Bueno minis or whatever, so hell yeah, snag it. I might buy a bag of baby carrots for the kids. The kids come around, give me a handful of baby carrots.
Didn't the kids always threaten to soap your windows if you gave them like that sort of thing? Whatever
Hey.
happened to kids like that?
If they can reach my windows, I'll give them a candy bar.
Car windows.
Oh, that's a different story.
Do you have to go through the bar to get to your apartment?
No, but I do live on the second floor. I can go from my apartment into the bar, though. That's always handy.
Yeah, it is. Don't need a ride home.
Well, you know that too. It's just nice that the landlord, like I said, he was my friend way before he was my landlord. And yeah, he trusts me. He just gave me a set of keys. He's like, here you go. If you ever need anything from the bar, if you need a beer or something, just go grab it.
Nice to have friends.
It is nice to have friends, yeah. There's the thing I appreciate the most is the roof over my head is giving me.
Getting ready for winter.
Yep, and it's starting to chill out down around here too. It's not quite cold yet, but it's going to be starting to feel like fall.
Hasn't gotten above 51 or 52 degrees in a couple of days. We know it's cold.
Yep, I still maintain that on Halloween night we are going to get snow. We always do. We always get snow on Halloween. Manitou, have you had anything else with your flight training happening? I think the last time I talked to you, you were checking out flight instructors and testing out a couple different ones.
No, not yet. I'm still looking. I had that one flight instructor, and now the last couple of days I had to work again, and not that much time.
I see. I'm still jealous. Flight training, that's pretty cool, man. I love it.
Yeah, no, the next step should be actually to get my medical. That's the first, most important step now that I should organize.
I wish I lived closer to the Santa Rosa airport, because they just announced they've got a 13-week ground school class or course that they started yesterday for free. At the end of it, they're going to give you a practice test, and upon completion of that, it'll prepare you to take your actual test.
Yeah, I'll also have to start the ground school, but unfortunately they don't have enough to do it in person, so I'll do an online ground school on my own.
Yeah, this one, the airport's 2 hours away from me, and it goes from 7 to 9 Thursday nights for the next 13 weeks. But it's free.
God, that's hard to pass up. That's a hell of a drive, though.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even get home from work last night until almost 7, so I was like, yeah, I can't even get there now, so. And I knew that, and I wouldn't want to leave there at like 9:30 at night, because get home at 11:30, it's just not going to cut it on a Thursday night.
Yeah. I'm lucky I'm 20 minutes from the airport. Actually,
No,
10.
Yeah, we have an airport that's 20 minutes away, but they don't even have a tower. They've got a bunch of hangars for general aviation, but that's about it.
No, this is Greater Buffalo International, Niagara International Airport. And just before you get there, they got this great place where you can buy fresh fruits, vegetables, and pumpkins.
I haven't bought a pumpkin in years. Early morning sun just coming up. Looking beautiful. At least we're not going to have the sun in our eyes when we're landing. Yeah, and my EFB, my little airplane, has a second airplane on top of me that's pointing 90 degrees to the right. It's weird. Yeah, Bob, I think my course has switched to a 276 degrees. 276?
Okay, that's what
I don't
I'm
think
holding
that's-
as a.
I don't think that's where we
what mine's
started.
on. No, I started at 278 or 279, so
Yeah.
I'm at 276 now.
Yeah, on these long distance flights, the flight plan is curved because of the curvature of the Earth, I assume.
I'm just trying to figure out why you guys are half a mile to my left. We're all on the same pink line, I think.
Yeah, I'm right on it too. I mean, if anything, I'm a little bit to the right of it. But that should make us even closer. Are you right on the pink line?
Let me zoom in.
So a lot of times the autopilot kind of puts you off to the side a little bit.
No, it shows me right on the pink line, then it shows you three to the left of the pink line.
I've got me right on the pink line and no one else. I don't see anybody on the EFP. I can see you guys in the air.
But I also have that airplane also at a 90 degrees pointing to the right like you do.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen that before too. It's a weird thing.
So now the bottom of the clouds are starting to turn pink for me. Or the horizon off in front of us or something. Like white above me and then pink and then blue and then little wispy clouds below that.
This area we're going to be landing in actually has some nice mountain ranges going on. We're going to be right on the coast, so we don't need to go over it yet. But it's a pretty nice looking area.
Say this is part of Russia?
This is like the easternmost little tip of a chunk of Russia.
So I got to do my Travis thing here. When are you going to be putting it down?
We're going to be putting down in about an hour. So there's no need to be rushing. Make sure your airplane isn't stalling. Come on, I'm wasting my best material on you people.
And where is Travis?
Exactly.
We don't. Yeah. He probably would have said exactly the same thing. So there you go.
That's probably where I heard
And
it.
twice. And twice. He doesn't even do one jokes once.
I do got to remember we're so high up we're going to have to begin our descent a little bit on the early side. I'm thinking around the neighborhood of 70 miles. That should be able to get me down in time. Maybe 60. Yeah, Bob, looks like somehow your little character managed to climb back into the cockpit because he's back. Got two names again.
I was dragging him on a rope.
It's that old bungee cord he's got out the back of his airplane.
If you wanted to see a good view of those flares going out.
Yeah, you missed that coast. I was throwing some flares a while ago.
Save that for the 4th of July.
Oh yeah, I've got plenty of fuel. Like I said,
This thing automatically transfer fuel.
Not automatically, but it should automatically be set up that way. You'll see your crossfeed switches all feeding. If they're not pointing in the direction of the red lines, they won't feed themselves, but by default they're always correct.
Okay, yeah, because it set them all that way. Other than, yeah, okay, the bypass is not, but all the cross speeds are pointing all straight up
Right.
along the red lines.
If
I'm just
you-
curious because my external tanks are at about 55%. My auxiliary tank is at about, actually no, that's, okay, yeah, my auxiliary tank is at 6, and then my number 1 and 2 tanks are almost at 100.
Right on. You notice right in the middle there, you've got a total fuel gauge.
Oh yeah, okay, there it is. Yeah,
I've got,
that's
I don't know, what would that be, 25,000 pounds still? between 20
Yeah,
and
it's
30.
showing. Yeah, I'm one tick below 60. So I don't know how many
Oh, you
gallons this
loaded
thing
fuel,
holds.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I put 100 gallon or 100% in.
Oh,
So
yeah,
if it
pure,
holds what
yeah.
60,000 or 65,000 gallons, then
Oh, you won't
I'm
have
at
to.
like 58.
You won't need to add fuel next week either. You'll have plenty.
I left with 29,000 pounds and still have 27,000.
Yeah, these
okay.
things are super efficient. Well, I don't know if they're efficient, but they've got huge tanks.
So
Yeah,
probably
I
didn't need to
may
add
have
any.
used, I don't know, a quarter tank, maybe. I'm fine, however. Yeah, that's one thing you got to watch if you're doing a cold and dark start, though, because your fuel flow will not be flowing. You'll have to set those however you want.
Oh, I can't access the dump switches.
Oh, your fuel dump?
Yeah.
Well, that's probably a good thing there, Johnny Toggle. We'd have to come back and get you in the water.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in the 2020 version, at least in the 2020 version of the HJ, the C-130J, you can dump your fuel. I remember Bob doing it by accident one time. Remember, yeah, I think we were at the airport. You were on the ground and you accidentally hit that button and it shut everything off.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of covers for all the dump switches, but nothing happens when I put my pointer over it. So it's like, yep, I'm not going to be dumping my fuel.
Well, this is about the time that we usually take a 10-minute break. So if you need a 10-minute break, make sure your autopilot's on and go take a 10-minute break. But we're going to keep going. That won't stop anybody from hitting that like button, though. Go down there and hit that. Go hit that thing.
I'm good. I got my wasabi peas and my water right here next to me to put the fires out.
That actually sounds pretty good. I might have to reboot my cocktail here before too long, but I'm doing just fine.
Did you get permission for us to land in Russia?
Who needs permission? Of course, it would help if we had a couple fighter jets with us.
Might have to rely on Wingnut to start launching some of his flares.
Right on.
This thing's got chaff too, doesn't it? But you said it doesn't give much of an effect.
No, you hear the pops and that's about it. I don't see anything.
got an aircraft coming in off of our 4 o'clock, and but can't tell they're too far away. I see it on the EFB, but not on not out the window. But they're overtaking me, so I'm wondering if that's an AI or if that's a real aircraft.
He's really high right now, like really high.
And
It's a KAL-27. Must be a AI.
okay, AK. Well, it's a AI, but it's based off a real flight.
Right. So it's an actual real-world airplane, but not one of us. But not a human.
So yeah, he's probably a jet going from California to Japan. He's probably at about 40,000 feet.
Yeah, he's definitely going the same flight plane we are. About 16 miles away.
Okay, yeah, he's in a Boeing 787. And he's at 39,000 feet. Oh, he came
he's
from
right
Dallas. He left KDFW.
Yeah, Fort Worth. Yeah, he's a long way from home.
That would be one long ass flight.
Wouldn't it? Wow.
Non-stop Dallas to Japan. I'm sure he's not flying to Russia.
Yeah, that airliner is, looks like he's following the same plan we are, but he's going straight to Japan. He's going to bypass Russia altogether. He's going to end up south of us. And like you were saying, that is a hell of a long trip coming all the way from Fort Worth.
Yeah, it's about all I could handle when I went straight from San Francisco to Tokyo. That was a long flight. That was like a 14-hour flight.
Oosh. Yeah, that's
Or no, it was an 8 or 9 hour flight, but then we had about a 3-hour layover in Tokyo, and then it was another 6 or 8 hours from Tokyo to Singapore. I think for the time I left, the time I landed was about 31 hours.
That's too much.
Hope they fed you.
Yeah, and they lost our luggage.
Oh boy.
Well, they didn't lose our luggage. We were supposed to, the flight we were first supposed to take out of I think that was out of Los Angeles. They had problems with the plane, and by the time they fixed the plane, it was past the allotted hours that the pilots were allowed to fly. so they made us stay in the airport. We were supposed to leave at 11 o'clock in the morning from Los Angeles, and we didn't end up leaving until like 2 o'clock in the morning the next night. And so they claimed that, oh, because leaving, they had to put our luggage on the plane, but because we left so late, our luggage was not going to make it there in time. Well, it turns out our luggage actually made the original flight we were supposed to be on. So it's like our luggage got there before we did, but when we got to the airport, so yeah, we don't know where your luggage is, so you got to come back tomorrow and we'll see if we can find your luggage for you. And they did. They had it the next day, but
Don't you
know,
just
I
love
left
that?
here.
Yeah.
Well, I think I left Phoenix at like 9 o'clock on a Friday morning, and I was supposed to get in, I think, Saturday night to Singapore. I didn't end up landing until about 6 o'clock Sunday afternoon.
Oof, that's a rough, long time there.
Yep, and spent like 6 hours that time at the Tokyo airport. And oh my God, there's nothing to do. It was in the middle of the night too. I think we landed in Tokyo like somewhere between like 10 and midnight. And just hanging out from there until like 6 o'clock in the morning, nothing to do because everything was closed. So I just went and found like an empty seat somewhere where I could just try to take a nap.
Hey, for Laser, thanks a lot. I gotta go. Take care, guys. Take care. I'll be.
See you next week.
See if I get it fixed. I get it fixed. I feel
Right
like
on.
it's, I feel
Take
like
care, buddy.
I feel like I'm working on the uncertainty principle now. Take care.
That's a rough principle to work with. If there is absolutely any way I can help you, and I can't imagine how, but please let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Yep. Take care, guys. I will.
Take care, buddy.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Yep, it's like full-blown morning here now. It's looking like a day. Took a while for that sun to come up, but it's up.
Yeah, I was moving the slider around when I was trying to figure out what time I wanted to take off, and it didn't even get daylight. Well, when we left at 9 and it was still dark,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, I set
we
it
were
to
taking off.
9 o'clock when I first loaded in. It was probably 9:30 when we actually took off. And yeah, it was barely starting to get light out.
and if we'd have came here 3 months ago, it wouldn't have ever been dark.
That's true.
Of course, if we come here in 3 more months, we wouldn't even see the sun.
That is also true.
I like flying around Alaska a lot in the summertime. It just doesn't matter what time I get home from work. I can do live weather, live time. It'll still be daylight.
Yeah, you go far enough north for sure. Probably where we just were is a little bit like the same thing. So we're pretty far north when we're up in Norway, Finnmark.
Too bad there's not more places to fly in Antarctica.
Right. I always thought it was a real shame too. I mean, if you look like north, I mean, it's just like the whole area of like the what's that big cool ass mountain range up there, the Himalayas. That's just looks awesome on the map. It looks like, oh my God, I want to go there. There's so much cool shit to see, but there's no airports. You know, up there near like Tibet and that kind of stuff. There's no airports in the whole area. There's nothing, and it really looks like it'd be interesting. Up there, like, you know, Mongolia and all that kind of stuff. Nothing. There's absolutely nothing there.
There's a lot of dirt strips and small airports in that area, because I do a lot of flying with general aviation around Everest over in that area, and there's a lot of little airports out there that are in the middle of nowhere. But I was talking about Antarctica though. There's only like 6 like areas to even land in, and it doesn't seem like it'd be that far apart, but it is. It's like even with a huge plane, it takes hours to go from one area to another in Antarctica.
Yeah. And there's not much to see there unless you're at one of those areas.
And I get penguins.
Penguins. I've never seen penguins. That's cool. I haven't seen animals in a long time.
You know, now that you mentioned, neither have I.
I mean, maybe
I've
it
got
was
the
the
fauna
area we
turned
were
up to
flying around.
ultra.
I know when we were flying around Australia and New Zealand, we'd see them constantly. At every airport we stopped at would have something running around on the tarmac.
Yeah.
Water
Well,
buffalo,
one
all
time,
kinds of crazy shit.
yeah, and I flew out of my local airport one time, and there was some deer on the runway, and it's like, yeah, that's never going to happen because there's a fence all the way around our airport with like an 8-foot fence and then like a chain or a barbed wire across the top of that. So there ain't no deer getting over that.
One place we used to fly around, not a lot, but we've flown a number of times in group flights. We flew around Lukla Airport up there, and that's quite something. That's really known for its remoteness. I think it's the tallest, the highest elevation airport in the world. It's not that big.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite flights. I like to fly from Kathmandu to Lukla.
Yeah,
And,
like I said, we hit Kathmandu on the way there.
Yeah, it's just a little. Well, I think it's about an hour flight depending on the plane I choose. I usually just will do just like a 182 or my V35.
Right. And really, the problem isn't the fact that it's such a short runway. It's not that short. It's not big, but the problem is the air's so thin up there. It's really hard to take off.
Well, the airport's at 9,000 feet or 9,200, I think. But the problem is you gotta come in and like skirt the mountains to your left, and then when you get close to lined up with the runway, then you make a hard right, and then you're coming down to it, and it always throws me off the perception of it because at the edge of the runway is a cliff. So
Yeah, it's a big drop.
If you come in a little bit too low, if you come in a little too low, then you're gonna hit that cliff, and it's hard to recover from that.
And the same thing taking off. You know, taking off is like, there's a big drop right there, and you better be going fast, otherwise you're dropping too.
There's no backing out of it or aborting your takeoff on that one because you're going downhill because it's got that slope.
$111 miles. Let's get some airport information here finally. Yes, this is definitely a Ruski place here. It's called Yelizovo. Yelizovo. Whatever it is, it's Uniform Hotel Papa Papa. We're going to be coming in at runway 34.
I'm going to do 34 left because the 34 left has an ILS.
Yeah, there we go. Let's do that. 34 left. Yeah, 34 left. We're looking at an ILS frequency of 108.7. 108.7 on that localizer. We're also coming in at a heading of 345 degrees magnetic. 345. That's for runway 34 left. We're looking at 11,000 feet of asphalt. It's huge. Not much elevation, even though we're really close to the mountains. We're also really close to the sea. So we got 217 feet of elevation on 34 left. Yeah, that mountain range that's going to be just to the right of us as we're approaching. It's quite tall, so keep that to the left, or keep that to the right of us. About another 50 miles, I'm going to begin my descent.
Oh, we must have passed over the date line? Because I'm looking at my clock, and it's like, I took off at 9 o'clock in the morning, and right now my clock is saying it's 7:43.
Right on. I got kind of the same thing. It's about 20 after 7 for me.
Yeah. I
That
forgot we
has
crossed
to have
over
been what
the
happened.
date line.
We probably crossed
I'm
a
surprised.
number of date lines. Or,
Well, yeah,
time
the
zones.
international date line runs between the Aleutians and Russia. Kind of zigzags through the ocean out there.
It's cool. I wasn't sure
I'm
that the airplane would take that into account, especially since I've got like a regular old dial. It's not digital.
Yeah, I don't think in real life it would.
No.
I mean, a GPS would, but that thing, no.
$90 miles.
So this must be 7:45 in the morning of the next day.
Yeah. Yeah, we lost a whole day.
No, we gained a day.
Oh, we
Well,
gained a
I
day.
mean,
That's the good way. That's
well,
right.
yeah, we advanced forward a day, which means I guess we lost that day because we didn't live through the time of it. That's like taking daylight savings to an extreme. Instead of just losing or gaining an hour, you lost a whole day.
So I always like about going to watch a football game in Chicago or something. My buddy often has tickets to the Bears, and whenever the Bears are playing the Lions in Chicago, I go with him. And that's always nice. Driving to Chicago, and it's an hour earlier there. It's like, oh, it's awesome. It's great. I mean, it takes about 5 hours to get there. So basically it takes 4 hours to get there and 6 hours to get home.
Yeah.
Yeah, about another 20 miles. I'm going to begin my descent. Not too awful rapidly. I'm going to try to maintain the 250 knots indicated. But I will start descending. We're getting in the neighborhood.
And ho! I see it. Round up there in front of us.
Ground it is. It's been about 400 miles since we've seen anything that looked like ground.
Oh yeah, if you look, you can see through the clouds. You can start to see the peaks from those mountains out there.
Yeah, they're pretty big. Like I said, this area we're landing in is surrounded by a big mountain range. It looks kind of nice. We got that little corridor that we're going to come in on. Of course, we're going to swing in to the left of the line to try to hit that ILS. Speaking of ILS, go ahead and put that frequency in right now. What we got here? 1087. Okay. 1087. motor over to AFF, ready for that localizer. I'm going to go ahead and begin my descent slowly down to 3,000 feet.
3,000. All right.
That's probably not too awful soon to even jog off to the left a little bit. We're going to be trying to hit that ILS frequency. So I might just go ahead and go to the right about 10 degrees. It'll help us avoid that little mountain that's in the front of us there, and we'll be lining up for 3-4 left. Yeah, it is mountainous around here for sure. Increase my rate of descent here just a little bit more. Got another 13,000 feet to lose. Don't screw this one up, boys. This is our only landing of the night. Lasers descending through 10,000.
I see snow-capped mountains over there on my right wing.
There are some big ones. Yeah, this little chunk of the mountain that's peeking out towards us we're going around right now, that's pretty tall.
Well, is there two of them over there?
Mountains?
Yeah, it looked like a couple of Hooters sticking up out of the clouds.
Yeah, it's actually like a nice little ridge, a nice mountain range with all kinds of tips peeking out.
Okay.
Alright, time to start keeping an eye on my altitude here. I'm down to 6,000, dropping down to 3,000. 32 miles, we should be picking up some kind of sign of that ILS here pretty soon.
Oh, the way these clouds have the pink on them, they look like cotton candy.
And delicious looking.
They do, huh?
Lasers holding 3,000. At 27 miles, within another mile or so, I should pick up that frequency. haven't picked up that localizer. I think I'm close enough.
I've got it. I don't have it. Well, actually, yeah,
Well,
I've
at
got
least
the localizer, but it doesn't tell me the miles on this one, though.
Right, that's what I'm looking at. Well, maybe I have logged onto it. Let's see.
You switch to your AFF.
I did. No, I'm just looking by visual. I don't see that I've locked onto it. I haven't tried yet. Let's see, what is that heading? 345 degrees. Alrighty, I'm definitely locked onto it, and I am under the glide slope, so that's good beans. I wish it would tell me how far away we are, though. That's always unnerving.
Yeah, it's weird that some of them tell you, some of them don't.
I think it's like literally a difference in equipment. You know what I mean? Some of them are fancier equipment than others. I just hope it don't start bringing me down until we get over that water. Ah, we're good.
You don't
That
want to
glide
be a
slope is
submarine.
way, yeah, it's way up there. We're way underneath it.
Well, I wish I had ILS. I can't see a thing in these clouds.
Well, you better get under them. Yeah, I wouldn't have a chance in hell of doing ILS landing in that dirty 30. I can barely navigate as it is in that thing. It's super complex.
We'll figure it out eventually.
We will. We will. Like I said,
I got more to play and to do with it.
that is going to be my future favorite aircraft right there. I love that C-130. Well, I love this C-130. This Captain Sim one's not bad. This is actually better than not bad. I love this airplane. But I'm going to be using that Dirty 30 a lot. I got to put some hours into it and figure out all that electronics. All right, my glide slope is dropping, so that's a good deal. Also, it looks like I'm getting ready to line up for final at runway 34 left. Turning final, 34 left. Glide slope engaged. Localizer and glide slope fully engaged. Looking good. Coming in right down the pipe. been a minute since I've done a ILS approach, and this is great. I love it. This thing's bringing me down right on the money, baby.
Matt, too, right behind you, it looked like.
Yeah.
Just a bit of a warning, might be just me, but my autopilot was trying to put me down way before the runway, and I just hit a tree and flipped over. So that glide slope is not accurate. It's going to put you down in front of the runway. By the time I disengaged, it was too late.
It's odd because I got the PAPI lights, two white and two red.
Really? Mine were red the whole time.
Huh.
How embarrassing.
Those are some impressive looking peaks off to the right.
Yeah, it's a nice looking area actually. These mountains are something.
Hey, my blue outer marker beacon went off.
Really? I've never seen that. Good, I've never really been looking at it, I suppose.
See if the middle one goes off.
Get out of your way here.
Yeah, I might have to disengage my autopilot because it's bringing me too low now.
Yeah, I was way too low. I hit those trees and it flipped me over like a pancake.
Yep, it looks like I'm going to hit the trees, so I'm going to turn it off. Oh, there goes my middle marker. Guess I have to hand fly the last little bit because otherwise, hopefully my wheels don't drag on those trees. Nope, we're good.
Yeah, I noticed it too late. And as soon as I shut my autopilot off, it dropped me down even further.
That's a shame too because you got plenty of runway here.
Oh yeah, it's huge. Absolutely huge runway. 11,000 feet. You could land a space shuttle on this thing.
Okay, guys, I unfortunately have to leave.
Okay,
I
Matt.
wish you all a nice evening.
You too, buddy. Have a good weekend and all that kind of stuff. It's great seeing you, Matthew.
Yo.
We're gonna be flying out of here next week, and we're gonna be in Japan when we're done.
Sounds great. I'm planning my next Japan trip, so that works.
Oh, nice, nice. You'll have to tell us what you come up with.
I will.
All right, have a good weekend, Matt.
See you later. Do they not have any taxiways off of this runway?
There's one at the front and one at the end. It's like a mile and a half.
Oh, there's one. Jeez. I might as well just land at another 5,000 feet down the runway. Yeah, whatever
there's
those
enough
issues
runway.
I was having.
We could take off and land on this runway.
Yeah, whatever those issues I was having with this 130 the last time we flew them, not having any today with it. Everything's working just fine.
Yeah, me
Not
too. It was
blowing me
smooth as
over.
silk.
I'm not flipping over. I'm not getting blown around.
You know what I'm thinking it was, now that I'm considering it a little bit more? Our altitude on the glide slope might have been off as a result of flying at that high altitude for so long. Our altimeters might be screwed up. I mean, I know you can like auto, what's it called? Like auto,
Yeah, if you hit the
auto
B
set
key
the
and
damn thing with
calibrate
like a
it.
D key. Yeah, exactly. Every once in a while you should hit that D key, otherwise your altimeter will be off.
I just hit it and it didn't change my. Well, it's actually the B key, but it didn't change my altitude at all on it. So
Oh, okay.
so it's showing me at about 220 feet or so.
You mean it was faulty Russian equipment caused us to crash? Caused
Apparently
me to crash.
their glides. Well, yeah, no. If I wouldn't have turned off the autopilot, I probably would have hit the same trees.
Yeah, if I've had to come in manual the whole trip.
At least, yeah.
I'll be there in a minute.
Yeah, you won't have to worry about hitting them trees. You're looking good coming in on that approach. I really like the looks of that Coast Guard with the orange stripe. That's very nice. I know that's not what you're actually in, but it looks nice.
See, I don't see him in the Coast Guard.
You must have different liveries than I've got. You must have some extra ones.
Oh, yeah, I downloaded the livery pack for it.
Yeah, I've just got the two default, the big and the little.
Oh, that was a short stop.
Yeah, it was a nice landing.
This
Bob.
reverse on here works pretty good on reverse.
Oh, sure does, and it sounds great too. Sure feels good to be back in this herky bird. Looking forward to taking off out of here next week. Next week's going to be a little bit longer of a flight, but I still think it shouldn't take us longer than 2.5 hours. Tonight was almost 2 on the nose. Yeah, whatever that great glowing ball that was on top of your tail there, Bob, I don't see that anymore now. It must have been gone. Or maybe you turned off that light.
No,
Just one more thing that worked itself out in this game. It seems to do that. Beautiful. So when we get to Japan and we start flying around checking out all the cool points of interest and stuff, do you guys have any particular airplane you'd like to fly? The two that we generally use would be that the Baron, the twin-engine Baron, or that 404 Titan. Those are both good choices. Or we could try something else. So I don't know. What sounds good to y'all?
Depends on how long the flights are. I like some of the newer ones that they gave us for free. I can't remember what they were. Was it Dakota maybe, or was it a Piper?
I need to check those out. Yeah, that's one of the nice things about Japan is they have a lot of airports. There you can pick whatever kind of a flight you'd like. There's always airports, and of course, you know, the smaller the airplane, the slower the airplane, the more strips you can get into because there's a bunch of small ones.
I like this plane. I can open my crew door and have a big old diesel power unit sitting out there in front of the plane.
Nice. It's like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
What an absolutely beautiful airplane. Look at that 6-bladed beauty right there. I'm jealous of your 2 extra props.
You can't have them.
See, this is the Kodiak version, which probably means it's based out of Kodiak, which is really cool. That's one of my favorite airports.
I haven't flown it since the last couple of updates. I think the last update they did like broke a lot of things. So I did download the last update from a couple days ago. I haven't flown it yet though.
Oh,
Did it
you've
fly
heard
any better,
reports.
Wingman?
You heard reports of stuff being broken, huh?
It
Well, no,
flies a lot better.
No, there was a lot of things that were broken with it from the last update. But now the one that they just had released last week, I haven't flown that one yet.
Oh,
so
okay.
hopefully things
Oh,
will fix
right.
with that.
It's a lot smoother. I was having issues all the time with the landing gear taking forever to come down. Flaps wouldn't come down sometimes. Hydraulic pressure was always in the red. So no, that's didn't have those issues this time or the last time I flew it here.
Yeah, I didn't spend much time on that last update, but the new update, I spent a couple hours on it a few days ago, and yeah, it was great. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's flying a lot smoother now, a lot better.
I personally, I didn't have a single issue except for stuff that I couldn't figure out, and that's not the plane's problem. That's, it's a complicated beast. There's a couple things I just couldn't quite figure out how to do.
Yeah, it's just going to take some time. Play around, tinkering around with it.
Well, I think it's still, right now it's listed as being early release beta. So,
Yeah. Can only get better, right?
I'm loving it.
they're still
It's quite
giving
a
it
beast.
attention. They just announced, Blackbird announced they've got a Corsair coming out now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I bet that'd be cool. They've got
Did
one
we-
in the marketplace for $40, and that looks pretty nice. But Blackbird's coming out with one. That might be
Yeah,
worth
I
looking.
got an email from them today for it saying
And Blackbird makes nice stuff.
that it's coming out. I didn't read the email to see when it's coming out, or if they're gonna do. They'll probably do the same thing they did with this, is like release it as an alpha and then go from there. And if they do, I'll jump on it to get it at the lowest price.
Oh, come on. You can't tease us like that and then not have all the info.
Well, you should have gotten an email if you subscribed to them.
Well, I thought I did, but I didn't get no email from them about it. It's just not spatial enough at the moment, I guess.
I think I probably told them don't send me emails unless it's an update for my airplane.
I don't remember if I did or not, to be honest. But I'll go to the website. I'm sure they got something on it there.
Yeah, they should. Maybe I saw it on Facebook. Maybe they had a Facebook post about it. I saw it somewhere today.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
can't
Well,
remember
look.
which one I saw. But yeah, if you go to their website, they should definitely have information about it.
Yeah.
I was always partial to the Corsair. I think that's a really cool looking aircraft. Oh shoot, that reminds me. I bought the B-17. I got to download that.
Oh, you did? We were talking about that a couple weeks ago. So you haven't even
I
tried it
did.
yet?
No.
I did. I can't get. It only gives me one livery. Well, it gives me several, but I kept getting an error on the loading for the engine cowling and the cells and when I try to fly it, I only have one livery that works, and the others have that. You know how you get that pink pixeling on your where
Right.
it didn't load.
When it's
yeah.
like it's
Yeah,
missing a
that's what I-
texture.
Exactly. And I've tried like 4 times to reinstall and re-download, reinstall. I get the same thing, same error every time.
Well, hopefully it's the thing
download.
everybody's having an issue with. That means they'll fix it in a hurry.
Yeah.
But you do get one fully operational B-17, and it was fun to fly.
Is it nice?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's it flies like a boat. I mean,
Well, it should.
but
But a hell of a cool boat.
oh yeah, it worked good.
And it's got to have the right sound too, I mean, it just has to.
It does. It
rumble.
sounds really cool. It sounds a lot like a B-17. I think.
That's good. At least it doesn't sound like a 172.
Oh no, it sounds like the real bird. It doesn't have anything on this Blackbird C-130 though.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's
a
nice.
beast. I really need to spend more time on that thing and get to learn it. I'd like to learn it good enough to where I can make a video or two about it and sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it'd be a good one. I don't think I haven't found anybody that has uploaded one.
Right. Yeah, that's almost kind of the problem, is where I'm trying to learn parts of it, but there's no videos out there yet to teach you the stuff I need to learn. But
Right.
is that really a problem? I need to make that video. I need to be the guy that makes the video that teaches everybody how to fly this thing. Unfortunately, I don't know how to fly this thing, not yet. I can keep it in the air and I can land it, but I can't navigate properly, and I certainly, that flight computer is pretty confusing. Well, it's not that it's confusing. It's like I was saying earlier, everything is abbreviated. So when I'm trying to find something, it seems like a simple thing I'm looking for, but who knows what it's called? You know, I mean, it's you know, the AGTS system. It's like, oh, what the hell's the AGTS system? You know, that could be exactly what I'm looking for, but I don't know the acronym or, you know.
Yeah, you may. They did give you a brand new user's guide that
Yeah,
maybe you can look through.
that's something I should sit down and read the whole damn thing, especially if it includes, you know, operations of it, which I'm sure it does. It was huge already. They probably just made it bigger.
Yeah, it's probably bigger. Yeah, it looks like it is. There's a lot there. It's a PDF
Yeah.
file. There's
Well, I
several pages
remember
of it.
the one that they used to ship with back in the old days with the FSX Captain Sim C-130. It was a huge package they had, and it was a lot of money. But the manual for that was like basically the manual that came straight from Lockheed Martin, showing you how to use the airplane. It was like the technical manual from the factory, and it was incredible.
Wow, there's a lot more aircraft over here at the other runway. The parking lot's full over here.
I don't see anybody here except just us. Of course, it's,
Well, they're all just parked. They're just parked, the aircraft that I see here. There's no,
no name tags
On
or
the
nothing.
same side as us or the opposite side? I see a bunch of airplanes on our side, just further down.
there was a
Go
few,
further down.
and there was a few over there, but if you go just past there, there's a little access road that takes you across to the other runway area, and there's a big parking lot that I've got completely full of planes over here. I even got a B-17 over here.
Really? That's unusual for just a randomly generated airplane.
I mean, I'm sorry, not a B-17, a Beech 17.
Oh, nice.
Although I don't think it's a Beech. This says Cessna on it. It's a weird looking plane. It must be one of their static aircraft. Looks pretty cool though. It's bright yellow. It's got two big props on it, and it's very like rounded. I want to fly that plane. That's a cool
Big
looking
round
plane.
airplane.
Let me get a picture of that. Let me come down a little bit.
Well, guys and girls, I had an absolutely blast flying the C-130 again tonight. My favorite airplane of all time. Flying from the Aleutian Islands to here, someplace technically Russia. It's about as far east as you can get in Russia. We're getting ready to head south and go to Japan. So we're going to do that next week. Next week we will be flying from here to Japan. It'll be another C-130 high altitude flight. We might even try to go up to 25,000 feet and get a little better ground speed. We were doing pretty good today on this. We made good time. And I had a good time hanging out with everybody here. And hopefully we'll see you again next Friday for Friday Night Flights. Good night, everybody.